we've had a lot of rain in that area, and it gives us a great opportunity to talk about extreme weather. And today we're going to talk about driving through floodwater. So first of all, we should find some floodwater.
Yeah.
Now, what's the problem with floodwater?
Well, if you drive through it and it's too deep, the car could get floated.
You've got an air intake, haven't you, in the engine, the exhaust pipe. If it gets inside there, your car's dying.
Yeah, you could die, but also as well, the car could just actually lose traction from the road.
Can do.
Yeah.
So we need to go through. Well, first of all, is it safe? Looking ahead here is some floodwater. Now, a good clue is who's come through the other way and survived. It's quite a good indication. We're bigger than the 500 there.
So you need to make sure that you're driving through slowly but high in the revs. So you want, I would say, gear 1.
Absolutely.
My revs high,
yeah,
but my speed slow. There's not actually that much left
of
it now.
You can see how fast it has been.
Yeah.
So what you do is almost like it's like a moving off and keep the revs up.
And keep the revs up. I don't actually release my clutch all the way until I'm through.
Now what you're doing essentially is pushing lots of fumes, lots of gas, and keeping the air out.
Exactly.
Like a snorkel.
You never stop in the water because it's going to go.
So make sure you can get all the way through it.
Yeah.
And the other thing to watch out for is creating a bow wave if you don't go too much, if you go too fast. Where else are we heading for some floodwater?
Bowden. So generally as well, that you obviously want to go through the shallowest part, which would be in the centre because the road cambers, but it's not always actually.
No, if the road's banked for a corner, you might be on the other side as well. So you've got to observe and look at it.
Now, if there's any puddles on your side of the road as well, it's always best to avoid them.
They're a hazard, aren't they?
Yeah, it could be a pothole under there, and also you don't want to be aquaplaning.
No.
So if you can avoid it, and if not, slow down before it.
Now, aquaplaning is a form of skidding. What is happening, the reason you've got grooves in your tyres is to channel water, dispel water, so the tyre stays on the road surface. But if you've got too much water, like a puddle, that your tyre literally lifts off the ground and you feel the car pulling to the side.
It feels like ice skating.
Yeah, and it'll full pull because all the power's going on one wheel, your left wheel's lifted off the ground, and the car will push to the left. So another reason someone drives with one hand, you're not really going to be in control of that. Get two hands on that wheel and expect the car to pull to the left, so you might need, you do have to go through a puddle, you just have to do that and slightly move it to the right to compensate. Now the other thing we didn't mention about floodwaters is once you come off the other side, your brakes may be a bit wet, it's just to dry them off. The highway code would say about test your brakes, but it's kind of a legacy from the old days when you had drum brakes, and if you did get water into drum brakes, you really would lose a lot of your braking capacity of the car. But these days we've all got all-round disc brakes. Brakes are pretty reliable, but like anything else, if it's slightly wet, it just needs drying off. Just be a bit cautious in the first couple of brakes after you've gone through floodwater. So you've got some floodwater here, and
so the shallowest part's actually slightly off centre on the left, isn't it?
Yeah, just there. So go in the middle, slow it right down. So we're going into first gear.
As I said before, I'm not going to fully engage my clutch because I want a lot of rev but not a lot of speed. So then I can come through steady speed, keeping my engine power up. That's pulling away a bit, so I'm just going to avoid that.
And if in doubt, don't go through it.
Yes, we know these roads, so we know how deep they are, but if you're ever unsure. So then as I come out now, I'll just gentle squeeze on the brakes, they're all good. And then
the car behind us has changed their mind.
Yeah.
But they just saw a car the same size go through.
It really wasn't that deep, actually.
No, it gets a lot deeper there very quickly though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So there we are.